Emma wasn't in a rush. The day stretched out endlessly, and she savored every minute of it. With her lavender skirt swishing just above her knees, and her favorite white sandals clicking against the cobblestones, she walked with a book tucked under one arm and an almost empty lemonade in hand. It had been a while since she'd had a day like this, one where time felt still, and the simple act of being outdoors felt like a gift. She spotted a quiet bench near the pond, partially hidden by low-hanging branches of a willow tree. It was the perfect place to sit, read, and lose herself in the world of pride and prejudice for the umpteenth time. But as she stepped off the main path, a blur of motion came from the opposite direction. Whoa! Oh no! The collision happened so fast that Emma barely had time to register it. She stumbled backward, her lemonade spilling across the path in a bright yellow arc. Her book tumbled from her hands, landing cover down on the ground. "I'm so sorry," a voice blurted out, and Emma turned to see who had crashed into her. Standing before her was a young woman, slightly shorter than Emma, with cropped, sun-streaked brown hair and a face so open and earnest it was hard to be annoyed. She wore denim shorts and a striped shirt, knotted casually at her waist, revealing just a hint of tanned skin. Her hazel eyes flicked from Emma's face to the mess on the ground. "It's fine," Emma said quickly, though her heart was racing more from surprise than irritation. She crouched to pick up her book, brushing a stray drop of lemonade off the cover. "I think my lemonade took the worst of it." The stranger winced, visibly contrite. "I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get a shot of this butterfly. See, it was this big, shimmering blue one. And—" She cut herself off, realizing she was rambling. "Anyway, let me replace your lemonade. Seriously, it's the least I can do." Emma straightened, clutching her book against her chest. She looked at the woman's camera, an old-fashioned model slung over her shoulder, and noticed the slight smudge of dirt on her cheek, probably from scrambling through bushes in pursuit of the elusive butterfly. There was something disarming about her, a kind of reckless charm. "All right," Emma said finally, her lips quirking into a small smile. "But you'll have to tell me your name first." "Chloe," the woman said, relief washing over her face. She extended a hand, which Emma shook, feeling the calluses on Chloe's fingers. "And you?" "Emma." "Well, Emma, follow me. The lemonade stand's just up the hill." As they walked toward the stand, Chloe talked animatedly, describing her love for photography and how she spent most weekends wandering the city, camera in hand. "It's not just about the big moments," Chloe explained, her voice bright with enthusiasm. "It's the little things, like the way sunlight hits water, or the expression on someone's face when they think no one's looking. Those are the things worth capturing." Emma found herself smiling as she listened. Chloe's passion was infectious, and Emma realized she hadn't spoken with someone so genuinely enthusiastic about anything in a long time. They reached the stand, and Chloe insisted on paying, handing Emma a fresh lemonade with a triumphant flourish. "Thank you," Emma said, taking a sip. The cool, tangy drink was a relief after the heat and the brief chaos of their meeting. "No problem," Chloe said. "So, do you have a favorite spot here? Or were you just wandering?" Emma gestured toward the pond. "There's a bench by the willow tree. I was planning to read there." "Mind if I join?" Chloe asked. "I promise I'll be quiet. Mostly." Emma hesitated for only a moment before nodding. "Sure." They settled on the bench, Emma opened her book, but Chloe's presence made it hard to concentrate. Out of the corner of her eye, she could see Chloe fiddling with her camera, occasionally lifting it to take a photo of the scenery, or so Emma thought, until she heard the faint click of the shutter and realized Chloe had just snapped a picture of her. "Did you just take my picture?" Emma asked, raising an eyebrow. Chloe grinned, unabashed. "Guilty. You looked so peaceful. I couldn't resist." Emma wasn't sure whether to be flattered or annoyed, but when Chloe turned the camera to show her the image, her breath caught. The photo was beautiful, a candid shot of Emma, with her book resting in her lap, her head slightly tilted, her hair catching the sunlight in golden strands. She looked serene, almost ethereal. "You have a good eye," Emma admitted, her voice softer now. Chloe shrugged, her grin softening into something more genuine. Emma felt her cheeks flush and quickly looked down at her book, though the words on the page blurred together. As the hours slipped by, they talked about everything: books, movies, favorite childhood memories. Emma learned that Chloe was an only child, raised by a single mom who used to let her practice photography with an old Polaroid. Chloe discovered that Emma worked as a copy editor and had a knack for spotting typos even in her sleep. When the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting the park in shades of orange and pink, Chloe stood and stretched. "The light's perfect now," she said, offering Emma her hand. "Come on, let's walk by the river. It's magical at sunset." Emma hesitated only a moment before slipping her hand into Chloe's. It felt natural, as if they'd known each other far longer than just a few hours. They strolled along the riverbank, their laughter mingling with the gentle lapping of water against the rocks. Chloe pointed out little details: a bird nesting in a nearby tree, the way the sunlight sparkled on the waves. Emma found herself noticing them too, her world somehow brighter with Chloe by her side. As the first stars began to appear, Chloe turned to Emma, her expression unusually serious. "I'm glad I bumped into you today," she said softly. Emma smiled, her heart fluttering. "Me too." For the first time in a long while, she felt like she was exactly where she was meant to be.